All right, welcome back. Joined now by Andy Gresh. It's Rapid Fire Wednesday. All right, if the Patriots, as if they didn't need another cupcake after crushing the Dolphins, Jets come to town, 22.5-point dogs. Someone named David Falk is their quarterback. I mean, what can you even say about this game a couple days out?
That's hilarious that you said David Falk. It's Luke Falk. But to your point, it's literally like spin the wheel, be the Jets quarterback, right? It could end up being, Anthony Petrarca at some point or something like that.
Vinny Testaverde's
Yeah,
on
just waltzing in there and taking the quarterback job. Look, they're a dumpster fire in New York right now. And old Bill B. Hoodsworth did a great job of trying to, pump those Adam Gase tires. But at the end of the day, the tires are flat. They're on a third-string quarterback. They can't stop anybody. And I think if you're Bill Belichick, you're like, oh, this is great. We get more experimentation against a bad football team to figure out what we have or what we need to go get before the trade deadline.
All right, so you just mentioned it. Today, Bill Belichick was saying how great the Jets are, as he always does. The Patriot players saying the same thing. But how can he motivate these guys? They're not dumb. They know they're 22.5-point favorites. And how do they incentivize them to play their best?
That's a great question. And I think it's real easy. If you guys are as good as we want to be, then you need to lay the wood to these people. Winning by 3 or 7 is not good enough. If we're going to be elite and if we're going to be a championship team, these are the kinds of teams that we absolutely have to woodshed like they did the Dolphins last week.
All right, as our resident offensive lineman, how worried are you about that unit, even with Dante Scarnecchia using Band-Aids and Scotch tape over the years to always make it work?
Well, I think the good thing, Yianni, is the opponents are not great. So that helps in terms of bringing the group together. And look, Marshall Newhouse is a competitive NFL player. I can't pronounce the last name of the guy they got yesterday, Beninock, whatever it is. That's a guy who has starting experience as well. And let's remember, Jermaine Illuminor, who in theory is a starting level guard in the NFL, wasn't active. I'm not crazy about moving Joe Thuney, but if they have to, they have to. I think there's still layers of versatility, Yianni, to the offensive line to where they'll be okay. But let's get real here. We have to really start to worry and wonder if Isaiah Wynn is an injury-prone player, and that even though we all like him, that he's maybe more Andy Katzenmoyer than he is Matt Light.
Haven't heard that name in a while. Yeah, he's out at least 8 games on that injured list. All right, I'll close with this. Every day there's a new development with Antonio Brown. Today there's word that Allegheny County in Pennsylvania can't press charges against him for a myriad of reasons because of the statute of limitations. Do you just feel like there's so many balls in the air with him, no pun intended, that disregarding the current civil lawsuit, something's going to come to a head at some point?
What worries me, Yianni, is I think this is where we have a little Patriots PTSD, in that if the NFL wants to find something, especially with a Patriot, we know they're going to find something. Now, I'd say this. After speaking to the young lady, Brittany Taylor, who made the accusations against Antonio Brown for 10 hours, if there was something hard and fast there, they would have summoned him to the league office regardless of what the Patriots would have thought. So there's a part of me that thinks that they're going to keep digging and maybe they're not going to find anything. But my problem is that when the NFL digs, they go in with a preconceived notion that we want to find something, and that's what scares me the most.
All right, good stuff from Andy Gresh. You can catch him Sunday on New England Nation. Much more from the Sports Wrap coming up right after this.